I am the great mighty Pancake, and I've come to throw my pancakes at you. Alrighty, my Pancake here. And, yeah, Final Fantasy 1 and 2. But that isn't the main course of this recording here and video. This is also a what if deal. I mean, I'm not that big, and it's just me reaching out to different areas, and something that has been pressing on me for a little bit, so why not? Now, this is just a mindless little game where I can show you the jank and how you can break it so easily that it's child's play, which is just using the turbo button, which of course that's only available in the emulator, but you'll find me where I'd be, well, I'm going to be messing up a little bit, but hey, whatever. Now, the what if in mind is Naruto, and it's more or less about Naruto meeting and befriending QB first before the events of the series. Okay, and as many would point out, I'm going off the series though, off the cartoon series that we can watch, not off the manga, which is definitely has much deeper story than I know. Now, to start this off, Naruto meets Kyuubi in his dreams when he's anywhere from 2 to 4 years old. I don't know when they start the ninja school or anything, but it seems that they started off when they're around, I don't know, 8 or 9, and then it's like when they're 11 that they graduate. So a 3-year school of sorts. That being said, Naruto either during sleep or getting the tar beat out of him because he's hated among the village for whatever reason. At least for a short while. He meets QB during this time of being knocked out, and or during the sleep. They talk, and the QB, because Naruto's after his power, QB kind of gives in to him, and offers to watch after the kid. This being said, this is also playing off what they give you in the last episodes, which is that the QB that's in Naruto as of currently is the yin side, not the yang side, which is supposedly be one side's good, one side's bad. Even though the QB seemed to be angry son of a gun all throughout his time. Now, as that goes, we also have the next point, which is with the Uchiha. Yes, even though Naruto is not Uchiha, but it doesn't seem like the clan that he's from accepts him, tries to adopt him or anything. So he's left to the village. Well, in this scenario, we're going to say that the Uchiha, knowing that Naruto is the Jinchuriki, decides to take him in because nobody else wants him. Doesn't matter if the QB caused pain or not. They decide that if he's going to be left out in the wilds, pretty much as to say, they're going to take him in. So Fugaku, Sasuke's dad, decides to bring in Naruto. Yeah, you can complain in the comment section saying that I'm breaking Naruto lore and all that stuff, but I'm just going to say that to get the edge up on the village and possibly secure their place, they tried to train the Jinchuriki to be able to use his Ninetales. This also being said, as backstory, it's more or less just to explain, and probably something that probably the original creator would have thought of if he had thought of it beforehand. Of course, this being that he had all this happen in the last series, we're just going to say that. We're going to leave it at that. And this is what if, so it's a fan fiction. And the fan fiction I have is saying that Naruto gets to meet QB when he's younger, whether it's in a dream or after he's been knocked out, and then he gets adopted by Fugaku. Fugaku, they treat him as family, but we're going to say that Fugaku really has him beating the ground, seeing if he can learn and all. This also gives Naruto more structure than he had in the original. Yeah, he'll still be a prankster and all, but he had Fugaku and Miyano, whichever Sasuke's mother's name is. She's a mother figure to him, although I don't know how the Uchiha male and female work, so I could be wrong in this matter, but we'll say that she was more friendly to him than Fugaku was. Fugaku is kind of the harsh one that presses him harder and harder. So this means that Naruto's not actually looking as hard for attention as he was in the original series. This also leads to him unlocking his elemental nature, which the starting elemental nature as per canon is wind. So he learns how to use wind style. And as a forceful try, Fugaku tries pressing him to learn fire style, which I will say he learns, but at a very low level. He's like Sasuke versus Sasuke. His fire style is so weak that it's very light a candle. But his wind style is superb. So he has quite a weapon there. He also has a bit more structure and other stuff, along with having learned a bit more than he did in normal school. This being said, Iruka Sensei is sort of tossed out of the equation, at least until the second part of this happens, which is when the Chiya get massacred, which I figure is around when Sasuke's around. It will be roll after Naruto's been introduced to the clan and has been in the clan for at least, let's say 5 years or so, and then the massacre happens. This means that Sasuke and Naruto are left without parents, whether they're adoptive or not. And so we have our anger from both of them. Naruto goes into smiles because that's the best he can do. Being an angry man and brooding all the time doesn't exactly help anyone. And Sasuke, because he's a little guy, he's the guy he is, beats Naruto a little bit for it, but Naruto fights back and says, "Well, it doesn't do anyone any good to be brooding and mad." That's what Mother said. And yes, we'll say that Naruto was able to call Miyano Mother. At the very least, Mother, if not Mama. Talking about the friendliness and how familiar people are with their parents. Child calls Mama, calls their mom Mama, and calls their dad Dada. Yeah, we'll go with that baby logic. But hey, isn't that what any parent would want? Want their kid to call them that? And yes, I'm still going back and forth trying to get my HP up. So we still got time, plenty of time. And how does the one guy, Mizuka, whatever his name is, the one guy that tricks Naruto into stealing the squirrels? We'll say that it's a mix between learning something new. He tricks Naruto by having him learn something new, along with gaining the power to possibly beat to Itachi, and that's at least the heading for it. Naruto, as we'll say, still had issues with the cloning technique, so he couldn't do the cloning technique, and thus learned from it the Shao Clone Jutsu, as is normal. And yeah, we'll say that Iruka is the one that helps save him at that time. He doesn't have the same bond as he did before, but Iruka did look after Naruto still. It's just that not as much. Now, at least not until the massacre, and then he started looking after Naruto as he would during the normal story. This also being said, because Naruto is a bit smarter and bit more chakra refined, he also learned some of this flying Raijin. This being an ability from his dad, could be that you also could say it's passed down talent. So we have him to use the Shao Clone Jutsu, have the thousand Shao Naruto's beat the man down into the ground, and Naruto becomes a ninja. Sasuke was kind of mad at Naruto for not being able to do the Clone Jutsu, but when he sees him at the classroom the next time when they're getting the team selected, Sasuke is actually pretty happy. He wonders how this happened, and Naruto explains that he learned some very unique shadow clone jutsu, and he even shows that Sasuke a little bit because, well, he's a bit boisterous and all. Then last but not least, we meet with Kakashi, and we have Sakura. Sakura is not as useless as this time, We'll say that she's a she's able to go medium range. She's not just up close personal fighter, which this also ties into her later power with her being able to smash the ground. It's sort of an energy arm ability, where she can use a form of energy to expand her range of reach, and also punch other things. However, this technique is highly susceptible to anyone that can absorb their abilities, absorb energy, such as a handful of a sound ninja, and even the. I'll have to look his name again before I make myself a fool already. Not that I've already made myself a fool. And yeah, Sakura's still into Sasuke. But this is also where we change it a bit as well. Naruto is already knowing of Hinata's wants and all, because, well, since going into the Chia, he got less of a taboo on him than before. Even though it's kind of sucks that the Jinchuriki gets treated like dirt. So we'll say that because Naruto is under the Chia, that Hinata was able to make a bit of moves and able to talk with Naruto more than her father normally let her. Namely because she was able to go over to the Chia place under the guise of maybe talking to Sasuke or the others that were there. And once the massacre happened, it was still to possibly talk to Sasuke. Although it was to talk with and perhaps that woo Naruto, because she can still have her crushes and still show her love for him, and thus Naruto is a bit less in tune to possibly fight Sasuke over Sakura. This being said, we don't get the accidental scene with them doing that whole thing, not only because you could say they're brothers right now. They are brothers, whether by blood or adoption. So they get their team selected. We still get to the normal Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke. They go to the roof and they talk about their dreams. And Naruto, for this reason, wants to become the Hokage, more or less to protect everybody, because he said they couldn't protect his family or do anything to avenge them. Sasuke, of course, still wants the power to avenge his family. And, well, that's as simple as it gets. We go into the next part of this, which is the test, the bell test. Sasuke and Naruto, even though they were told not to eat breakfast, they have a good dinner and they have at least a small snack for breakfast, and they head to the testing area. They meet with Sakura, and it takes a while for Kakashi to arrive, and then he says they have to get the bells. And well, Naruto, instead of instantly attacking Kakashi and getting 1,000 years of death, he doesn't do that. They instead get ready, set, go, and they all go hide. Naruto and Sasuke hiding together and planning together. They see what they have to deal with. Naruto possibly having learned that his shadow clones could give him the ability to learn a little bit faster, does send out a few shadow clones and sees what happens to them whenever they do so. Whenever they fight Kakashi. Of course, Kakashi is still reading his book and being nonchalant and all, just as able to easily fend off all the shadow clones. Now, as far as anything else, Naruto and Sasuke do start attacking together. Sasuke with his odd shuriken attack, and Naruto with more shadow clones, trying to double team on him. Kakashi likes this because it shows that the brothers are working together, but Sakura is not. He wants Sakura to get in the game, but Sakura doesn't get in the game. She, of course, whenever they get to the point where Kakashi sends her into Genjutsu, she's at least able to get out of it pretty fast once she sees that Sasuke's hurt. Thing is, bad dream. She does activate the release power, which allows her to be free of the Genjutsu's abilities. That being said, This continues on as Naruto and Sasuke are able to tap the bells, but unable to get them. We're able to keep on doing that at least for at least a few times until they just got tired because Naruto kept on using shadow clones and ran out of energy. Sasuke, on the other hand, was having to do the main brunt of the attacks up front. And thus, we end up with them getting to afternoon when it's time for the end of the test. Sakura is now tied up to the pole instead of Naruto, and Naruto being kind-hearted, offers them once they're told to eat, offers them to. No, I messed up. Yep, that was expected, but Naruto offers Sakura some food. So does Sasuke. Kakashi does his whole arrival right before they eat, before they're able to do that, and proclaims them to have succeeded. And with that, they became Team 7. Now this is where the part ends, and just the gameplay begins. So, if you're just here for the story, go ahead and just you can just click off. If not, you can continue watching what I'm doing to break the game. And because I got more focus on the game, we can go ahead and say that it's going to go much easier after this. I'm not going to be spending as much time. Well, I'm still going to be spending a lot of time because I still got to get up to 200 HP on all my characters. The one that's going to be the hardest to get up to 200 HP is going to be this one. The easiest one is going to be Norbert. There we go. Kate got upgraded. But yeah, that is it for the story part of this episode. The next part of the episode, I'm going to write up the next part if there's a big demand for it. If not, hey, I'll get to it when I get to it. Yep, we're gonna make more pancake, more pancake batter, and more pancakes. Because the pancake batter in this game is getting your characters leveled up, and the character level up system is much different than any other game. Because you level up by use and by damage, and that's the same thing for magic. Magic has different levels, and the different levels of magic allows you to do different amounts of damage. Also, your MP upgrades by the same method. Everything upgrades by the same method. Even your magic defense. Your magic defense upgrades by, well, using the magic. By you being attacked by magic and getting attacked by status effects. So eventually, you'll become immune to most status effects except for instant death. Which is one of them. The other one is just losing all of your HP. And yeah, there's also in-fight status effects, and then there's out-of-fight status effects. In-fight status effects are ones that only affect you during the fight, such as, I guess, envenomation or poison, and then you have venom or out of fight venom, which is a continued status effect, which is basically poison in the map world. And yeah. The upgrade magic, you just got to keep on using it. Same thing for the MP. And the best way to do that, just get into as many fights as you can. Get as many fights as you can. Use spells as much as you can. Yep, and Kat's going to have the highest MP because she's going to have the highest magic ability, which is going to be Cure. Cure is going to be level 16 before anything else, which is always the case. Doesn't matter how you play it or how you do it. Cure is going to be your highest level magic because you have to use it to heal yourself. And the more times you heal yourself, the more higher the magic level is, the higher everything else is too. And yes, right now I'm trying to get all these magics up to level 3 at least. And then up to level 5 too. I'll go ahead and leave it like that. Actually, attack yourself. And when you attack, yes, you can attack yourself. That's something you can do in this game. Ooh, no, I don't want you to die. Okay. Yep. So the higher your magic is, the better damage it does, but also the more MP it takes. And the way to increase MP, like I said, is use. Same thing for weapon use. Weapon use increases weapons. If and you have different weapons. You have dagger, sword, axe, bow, and lance. And then you have shield as well, along with fist. No, I don't want you to attack yourself. I want you to attack the enemy. So yeah. And yeah, for this first part, I want to try to get everybody up to 200 HP, because when you get the next guy, he's going to have around 150, 200 HP. And if you do it just by the game, by what the game tells you, you're going to only have maybe 50 HP by the time you reach him. And thus it makes the next part of the game much harder. Now, this is something that you can do, is break the game. And that's what I'm going to try to do this time around too. I'm going to try to break the game, give myself the best of equipment that I can for the place I'm at. And yeah, just general fighting increases your power too. You see? And yes, attacking yourself gets you power as well. You can attack yourself and get tons of power. See, Kate's MP, well, HP increases every time. Her MP could increase every time too if I were to keep on having cast cures on herself as well, or on the whole party for that matter. And yeah, for the first part here, you want to try to get your MP up to at least 50. At least 50 for all your characters. And yes, all your characters can be spellcasters. Now, I think it might be suggested that you give her something other than a bow, but I'd much rather go by the normal game standard, which is having the top guy there with the sword, and having the bottom guy with an axe, and the girl with the bow. And yes, that's a girl, I believe, anyways. The name, the starting name, and the start suggests that it is. I mean, the PlayStation version of this has more stuff to it than what you see here. So, yes, the Mighty Pancake is trying to explain old game that is from 1990s. I forget when the two games were made, but this is in a double pack. This is the Dawn of Souls, but also it's a mod. It's the rebalance. Rebalance means that stuff does different damages, and you have different stat abilities and stat upgrades and everything else, along with different gains of even money. And yeah, you see, the bottom guy is your tank. Your top guy is a tank as well, but he's more generalized. Also, everybody can equip every type of equipment that there is in the game. So if you go able to, say, fight the big enemies that have the Genji armor and stuff on them, you will be able to get the Genji armor to begin with. You'll be able to have anybody equipped with the Genji armor, which is the best armor of the game. Same thing for equipping everybody with ribbons and stuff. And that gil amount goes up every time that your MP gets every time you get MP pool gets bigger and bigger. Let's go and save here because we just restored. But yeah, there's some spells that you want to try to get your hands on so that you can break the game. There's also another way to get the to get the stuff, you have to do a frog game where it gives you better stuff for doing all the good stuff. Let's see, not cure. I want blizzard still. You can also attack yourself if you want to. You can attack yourself until you got the results you want. Of course, the enemy can possibly run away as well. It's odd, but it works. Of course, it also depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get stronger, that's probably the best option. Also, this doesn't just have to do with the amount of times that you attack an enemy. You can attack yourself. You can also just press the button. So in a way, you could get the top two guys to where they have maxed out power, but then he doesn't have it, or else your last guy doesn't. And also a little secret I'm going to give you about your next guys. Your next several companions, they're going to disappear. At least until you get the one guy that you started with, which would be the one guy I left named Leon. Okay, until you get Leon, all your fourth characters are kind of temporary joins. The one that stays with you the longest, the two that stay with you the longest, one is a pirate, the other one is a ex-wyvern rider, which would also be known as a dragon rider because, well, that's just the way of the Final Fantasy world. Dragons and wyverns seem to be called the same thing. Yep, and that's what I wanted, was to try and get the magic up, get the MP up. So, but I think that with it being a Naruto sword deal, I'm probably not going to go too much longer. Let's see. It's going into here. So, hope you enjoyed the Naruto story. If you enjoyed the game, enjoyed me trying to explain how you break the game, and watched and in turn watch me break the game too. Kind of compressed a few hours of grinding into 20-30 minutes. So, hope you enjoyed. This is the end of the video. And Mighty Pancake gives you his love. And thank you for watching and listening to me. If you liked, press the like button. If you didn't like, press a comment. If you really liked this idea, well, press that subscribe. Either way, or any of these you pick, I give you a flipping good day.